Welcome back to Carrick United Analysis. Hello, and welcome to Carrick United Analysis, the channel every real Manchester United fan trusts for honest, deep, and simple breakdowns of everything happening at Old Trafford and Carrington. If you are new here, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications, because we bring you fresh United content before anyone else does. If you are already part of this family, thank you for always coming back. You are the reason this channel keeps growing. And today we have a squad announcement that every single United fan needs to see. A hook you cannot ignore. Imagine waking up this morning, checking your phone, and seeing the words official squad announcement next to the Manchester United badge. Your heart skips a beat straight away, because you know this is the final test before the real season begins. Manchester United are about to travel to Poland to face AC Milan in their last preseason friendly, and the traveling squad has just been confirmed. Buried in that list is a name that has been missing from Manchester United matchday squads since December of 2024. A name that sparks pure emotion in every single United supporter reading this right now. Marcus Rashford is traveling with the squad. If that sentence alone does not give you chills, keep reading, because there is so much more to unpack here. In this post, we are going to go through the full traveling squad name by name. We are going to talk about what this means for Michael Carrick. We are going to talk about the added storyline of facing former manager Ruben Amorim on the opposite touchline, and we are going to spend real time on why Rashford being named in this squad is such a massive moment for this football club. So settle in, get comfortable, and let us walk through this together, step by step, in simple and clear language, the way we always do here on Carrick United Analysis. Setting the scene, the final test before the season begins. Every preseason has a defining fixture. The one match that tells you the most about where a squad stands before the real football begins. For Manchester United this summer, that fixture is this clash with AC Milan in Wrocław, Poland. This is the last friendly before the Premier League opener, which means every single player named in this traveling squad understands exactly what is at stake. Places in the matchday squad for the opening weekend of the season are being decided right now, in these final training sessions and in this final match. There is also a wonderful subplot running through this fixture that makes it even more exciting for neutral fans and United supporters alike. Manchester United will be facing AC Milan, who are now managed by Ruben Amorim, the very man who used to sit in the Manchester United dugout. Amorim knows this United squad inside and out, its strengths, its weaknesses, and the character of these players. At the same time, Michael Carrick knows exactly how Amorim likes to set his teams up. This is not just a normal end of preseason friendly. It has the feeling of a genuine chess match between two men who understand each other's football philosophy in real detail. Now let us turn our attention to the squad itself, because there is so much to talk about here. Breaking down the goalkeepers, Manchester United have named 3 goalkeepers in this traveling squad: Mee, Heath, and Lamens. Carrying 3 goalkeepers to a preseason friendly is completely normal practice. It allows the coaching staff to rotate minutes and give game time to younger or newer additions without risking the fitness of the main choice for too long in a match that does not count for real points. Having depth between the posts matters more than casual fans sometimes realize. A season is long, injuries happen, and suspensions happen too. Testing goalkeepers in real match conditions during preseason gives the coaching staff valuable information about who can be trusted if called upon once the serious business of the Premier League begins. Breaking down the defense. The defensive options named in this squad show real depth as well, with Heaven, Dalot, Amorim'S, Maguire, Yoro, Martinez, Shaw, Mazraoui, and Dorgu all making the trip. Let us think about what this group tells us. Diogo Dalot and Noussair Mazraoui provide experienced options at full-back, players who understand the demands of Premier League football and who can offer both defensive discipline and attacking support down the flanks, the kind of players a manager can trust to fill in across different roles when needed. Harry Maguire and Lenny Yoro give the coaching staff 2 very different profiles at center-back, Maguire bringing physical presence and aerial power, Yoro offering athleticism and composure on the ball, the kind of modern defender who suits a team looking to play out from the back with confidence. Lisandro Martinez traveling with this squad is a genuinely exciting detail. Fans know exactly what he brings when fit. An aggressive, front-foot defensive style that sets the tone for the entire team, and a real leadership presence despite his relatively small stature. Seeing his name on this list after everything he has been through with injuries will bring real relief to supporters. Luke Shaw remains a proven option at left-back when available. While younger names like Heaven, Amorim'S, and Dorgu traveling shows the coaching staff continuing to blend experience with fresh legs, giving academy graduates a genuine chance to impress against strong continental opposition. Here is a question worth thinking about. How important is it for a club like Manchester United to keep giving young defenders real match minutes in fixtures like this one, rather than only relying on the same senior names every single time? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Breaking down the midfield. The midfield options named for this trip are packed with both proven quality and exciting depth. Andre Santos, Bruno Fernandes, Jack Fletcher, Mainu, Collier, Tyler Fletcher, and Yuri Tielemans. Bruno Fernandes traveling as expected is no surprise at all. He remains the heartbeat of this Manchester United side, and the man Michael Carrick will lean on heavily once competitive football starts. Alongside him, Yuri Tielemans continues his integration into the squad. And a fixture like this against continental opposition is exactly the kind of test that will show how well he has settled into his new surroundings, and how comfortable he is dictating tempo against unfamiliar opponents. Kobbie Mainoo traveling is another very welcome sight for United fans. A player who has shown flashes of real quality, and who fans are desperate to see back to full fitness and full confidence heading into the new season. Andre Santos represents one of the more exciting new additions to this midfield. A young player brought in to add energy, ball-winning ability, and long-term potential to the middle of the park. Seeing his name alongside more experienced options like Bruno and Tielemans suggests the coaching staff want to continue building his match sharpness before the season starts for real. And then there is a cluster of academy names: Jack Fletcher, Collier, and Tyler Fletcher, all traveling with the first-team squad. This tells you something really important about the culture Michael Carrick appears to be building at Manchester United. Giving academy players the experience of traveling with the senior squad, even if their minutes on the pitch end up being limited, is invaluable for their development. It exposes them to the standards, the environment, and the pressure of first-team football. And it sends a clear message throughout the club that hard work in the academy can be rewarded with real opportunities. Breaking down the attack and the headline news. Now we arrive at the group everyone has been waiting to talk about. The attacking options named in this traveling squad: Ahmad, Mbeumo, Gabriel, Zirkzee, Rashford, Cunha, and Lacey. Let us start with the obvious talking points before we zoom in fully on the biggest story of them all. Amad Diallo continues to be one of the most exciting attacking talents at the club, a player capable of unlocking defenses with his close control and eye for goal. Bryan Mbeumo brings his usual directness and end product to this front line. Joshua Zirkzee offers a different profile up front, comfortable dropping into midfield areas to link play before bursting into space himself. Matheus Cunha adds power, skill, and unpredictability, exactly the kind of forward who causes problems for defenders who do not know what is coming next. Names like Gabriel and Lacey traveling alongside these more established options again shows that healthy blend of first-team quality and academy opportunity that seems to define this current squad. But now, let us talk about the name that has sent the entire fan base into a frenzy this week: Marcus Rashford. The headline story: Rashford is traveling. Marcus Rashford has not featured for Manchester United since December of 2024. Read that sentence again. That is a very long time for a boyhood fan, a homegrown academy graduate, and a player who once looked destined to be the face of this football club, to be absent from matchday squads. After his loan spell away from the club, including time at Aston Villa and most recently at Barcelona, Rashford has been working his way back into first-team contention at Carrington, and this squad announcement is the clearest sign yet that his moment is finally arriving. Think about the emotional weight of this fixture specifically. Rashford is set to potentially step onto the pitch against AC Milan, a team managed by Ruben Amorim, the very manager whose relationship with Rashford became strained during his time in charge at Old Trafford. A player who found himself frozen out under one manager could now be making his long-awaited return to first-team football against a team managed by that exact same man. If that does not make for gripping storytelling, I honestly do not know what does. Here is a question worth asking yourself right now. Do you think Rashford will actually get on the pitch in this fixture? And if he does, how much game time do you expect Michael Carrick to give him? Drop your prediction in the comments below. Why this moment means so much to United fans. We have talked before on this channel about why Rashford's story resonates so deeply with the Manchester United fan base. But it is worth repeating here because it is exactly why this squad news has generated so much excitement this week. Rashford came through the academy system at this football club, scored on his debut as a teenager, and instantly became a symbol of local pride. He represented something bigger than just goals and assists for a lot of supporters, a genuine connection between the club and the community it calls home. When things went wrong, when form dipped and his relationship with the club became difficult, it hurt supporters in a way that goes beyond normal football disappointment. That is exactly why simply seeing his name on a traveling squad list carries so much emotional weight right now. For many fans, this feels like the first real step of a genuine homecoming. Preseason reports out of Carrington in recent weeks have already been extremely positive about Rashford's condition. He has reportedly been showing some of the sharpest sprint speed in the entire squad, confident and direct dribbling in one-on-one situations, and a powerful, reliable shot from distance that has been forcing top-class saves out of his own goalkeepers in training. If even a portion of that form shows up on the pitch against AC Milan, this could be one of the most talked-about moments of the entire preseason. Let us think for a moment about what makes this so significant beyond the emotion. When he is flying, Rashford is one of the most explosive attackers English football has produced in recent years. His ability to accelerate into space behind a defensive line is genuinely elite, the kind of pace that turns a routine transition into a clear goal-scoring chance in seconds. Add close control in tight areas, the way he can isolate a full-back and beat him on either side, and a reliable finish from distance, and you understand why simply seeing his name on a squad list, even for a preseason friendly, has created this much noise across the fan base. What this means for Michael Carrick heading into the new season. Let us step back and think about the bigger picture here, because a squad announcement like this tells us a lot about where Michael Carrick's Manchester United stand heading into the new Premier League campaign. First, this is clearly a manager who values squad depth. Naming 3 goalkeepers, 9 defenders, 7 midfielders, and 7 attacking options for a single friendly shows a coaching staff determined to test every single player under genuine match conditions before the season begins. Second, this is clearly a manager who trusts and develops young talent. The inclusion of academy names like Heaven, Amorim'S, Dorgu, Jack Fletcher, Collier, Tyler Fletcher, Gabriel, and Lacey, alongside senior internationals, sends a powerful message throughout the club that hard work and talent will be rewarded with real opportunities. For a club with such a proud history of producing homegrown talent, that culture matters enormously to the identity of Manchester United. Third, and perhaps most importantly for the immediate future, this is a manager who appears ready to welcome Marcus Rashford back into the fold with open arms. Naming him in this traveling squad for this specific fixture against this specific opponent feels like a deliberate and meaningful decision. It suggests Carrick believes in what he has seen from Rashford in training, and that the door back into regular first-team involvement is very much open for a player many fans feared might never wear the shirt again. Here is a question worth sitting with. How much do you think squad depth and academy trust, shown through decisions like this one, will matter across a long, grueling Premier League season with continued competition across multiple competitions? Let me know your honest thoughts down in the comments section. The added spice. Facing Ruben Amorim. The storyline around Ruben Amorim managing the opposition in this fixture adds a layer of drama that preseason friendlies rarely get to enjoy. Amorim spent time in charge at Manchester United before departing the club, and he now finds himself on the touchline for AC Milan, preparing his new side for their own upcoming season. Facing a former manager always brings extra intensity to a match, even a friendly. Players want to show their old boss what he is missing. A manager wants to show his former club that results are following him to his new destination. And fans on both sides cannot help but view the match through that emotional lens, regardless of how much both managers try to play down the significance publicly. For Manchester United specifically, there is an additional layer here given Rashford's own complicated history under Amorim'S management. If Rashford does step onto the pitch and produces a big moment, a driving run, a clever piece of skill, perhaps even a goal, the reaction from the away end in Wrocław is likely to be enormous. Football has a wonderful habit of writing scripts like this, and every single United fan will be hoping this preseason friendly delivers exactly that kind of moment. What to watch for on match day? As we build up toward kickoff in Poland, here are a few specific things worth keeping an eye on if you want to get the most out of watching this fixture. Watch how much game time Rashford is given, and which position he plays in. Does Michael Carrick ease him in with a substitute appearance in the second half? Or does he trust him with more minutes given this is a proper test before the season starts? The role Carrick gives him could hint strongly at his plans for the opening weekend of the Premier League season, so pay close attention to every touch he gets. Watch how Andre Santos performs alongside Bruno Fernandes and Yuri Tielemans in midfield. Continental opposition like AC Milan tends to be technically demanding, and this is a great early test of how the newer midfield additions are settling into the physical and tactical demands of facing quality opposition. Watch the young defenders given an opportunity. Players like Heaven, Amorim'S, and Dorgu. Preseason friendlies against sides like AC Milan are exactly the kind of stage where academy talents can either grow their reputation with a strong showing or learn hard lessons about the step-up required to compete at the very top level. Watch how Joshua Zirkzee and Matthias Cunha combine up front, since both players like to drop deep and link play rather than simply staying on the shoulder of the last defender. If Carrick starts them together alongside width from Mbeumo or Ahmad, it could give us an early look at how he wants his front line to function once the season gets underway. And of course, watch the overall performance and result. While friendlies are ultimately about fitness, sharpness, and preparation rather than the final scoreline, a strong, spirited performance against a side of AC Milan's stature would send a real message of confidence into the Manchester United dressing room heading into the season opener. A word on AC Milan themselves. While most of the attention this week is understandably focused on Manchester United's own squad news, it is worth spending a little time on the opponent, because AC Milan are a genuine European heavyweight, even during a period where results have not always gone their way. Facing a club of this stature, in a proper stadium atmosphere in Poland, rather than a quiet training ground, gives Manchester United's players a much more realistic test of where they stand physically and tactically heading into the new season. Ruben Amorim will also be desperate to put on a good show, both to build momentum at his new club and, whether he admits it publicly or not, to prove a point against his former employers. That extra motivation on the opposite side of the pitch should only make for a more competitive, higher-intensity contest. The emotional side of this squad announcement. It is worth pausing once more on why a simple squad list has generated this much excitement and discussion across the Manchester United fan base this week. Football, at its very core, is about stories, about hope, and about the emotional connection between a club and the people who support it through good times and bad. Marcus Rashford's name appearing on this traveling squad list represents so much more than just team selection. It represents the possibility of redemption. It represents a boyhood fan getting another chance to prove himself in front of the supporters who watched him grow up in front of their eyes. It represents a manager showing faith in a player who has clearly put in the work to earn his way back into contention. Thank you so much for listening this post all the way through. If you enjoyed this breakdown and you want more honest, simple, and detailed Manchester United analysis just like this, please make sure you are subscribed to Carrick United Analysis, because this is the trusted source for United fans who want the real story without the noise. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications so you never miss an upload, and share this post with a fellow United fan who needs to read this today. Until next time, keep believing, keep supporting the boys in red, and I will see you in the next one right here on Carrick United Analysis.